Janur has been running the plastics exchange program in Bali, which is the largest initiative of its type, which has collected tons and tons of plastic from across the island. And the way that that project is developing is they are trading plastic for rice, or beras as it would be called here. And we're very proud and excited of the work that Janur is doing, in particular because he's also been nominated as CNN's Local Hero of the Year, which is very, very exciting. And he's picking up lots of really great support, and we're all here to support you in that, Janur. But before we go to Janur's session, I just wanted to introduce why we're doing this. And personally, I recognize in contemplating all the ways that we can apply our time and attention as one shared humanity. And our single obligation is to create a sustainable civilization in our lifetimes. Our single obligation is to create a sustainable civilization in our lifetimes, because everything's at stake. And that may sound like a anthropocentric view, but I only say that because we live in the Anthropocene. We live in a time, in a geological age, where the conduct of human beings is steering the direction of our planet, to which all life on Earth is subject now. We move more land mass and we affect the oceans and the forests and all biosystems in such a profound way that if we don't accept our responsibilities as custodians for this planet, as responsible custodians for this planet, then everything could be lost. By everything, I mean our ability to be able to participate in this human endeavor. It's really that serious. And the writing's been on the wall for a very long time. When I say a very long time, I mean over 20 years. It's been in the public purview that we have a moral obligation to respond meaningfully, powerfully, and quickly to this catastrophe that's approaching and caused by irresponsible governance of our biosystems. So I'm very excited that later Gay, who's an expert in this field, will be sharing her wisdom as well. But as we approach 11:30, I would just like to introduce our first speaker, Janur. And Janur is going to tell us about the initiatives that he's been developing in Bali. So Janur, if you would like to, I'll just make your screen available for sharing. Is there something that you'd like to share with us? Would you like to share your screen?
Yeah, that would be great. I probably just going to drop a couple of a quote and all of that. Just 1 second here.
Okay, so I'll just check that I can. Okay, so I think I can make you.
Or I can just also talk for a little bit about it while you're figuring out that.
Okay, are you able to share your screen?
Share screen. Yeah, I'm able to share it.
Okay, terrific. All right, so we're good to go. Thank you, Janur. Over to you.
Okay, so thank you for having me here. Actually, I'm really glad that we can get together here, because plastic exchange is really what I call it edu-action. It's education in action. Yeah, because it's been so many forums, so many talk about it, how we handle this. Just like you said, Brad, this is like we got to act now. Yeah. And I always said like this, there's two different kind of knowledge. One is cognitive and one is embodiment. Yeah. Cognitive is what we know, what we read, what we understand. And embodiment is, can we do that? Yeah. Can we take action through that knowledge? Yeah. So that's what I'm doing in plastic exchange. I call it edu-action, education in action. Yeah. The only way, I mean, I can say this, you all can argue about it, but I believe, and I will say this, the only way you can change your habit is through action. Yeah. If you read, if you watch, if you talk about it, you gain knowledge, but you're not embodying it yet. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing here. So people pick up a garbage, a plastic in this case, and then they do separation. Yeah. From throwing to picking and separate them, because this is the hard part. Yeah. Picking and separating. And after that, I work with the recycler company, and then because this unorganic stuff or trash has a value. Yeah. So the core value of plastic exchange is 3. Yeah. In Bali, we call it 3 hita karana. 3 is a 3, hita is happiness, and then karana is the way. Yeah. So, or harmonious. So the first one is the harmonious human to the creators or gods or the higher being. That's the dignity as a human being. Yeah. The harmonious connection human to human, which is a prosperity. Yeah. The question is why we not prosper all over the world? Because we are not harmonious between ourselves. Yeah, there's enough food for everybody. There's enough for everyone. But because of our connection human to human is not harmony, that's what not creating what I call it prosperity. And then the last one is the harmonious connection between human to the environment. So when we do this plastic exchange, this is the core value: dignity, prosperity, environment in action. In action. Yeah. So I just came back, I mean, from one of the village just now. I mean, this kid, young people, old people, you know, man, woman, everybody come, bring plastic. They're so proud that they be able to clean their house. Yeah, literally, they clean their house first. When I tell people, where should I start cleaning? Your house, not the environment, not going to the ocean, you know, because if you start cleaning from your house, and then you will see the result, the impact. Yeah, 1 hour cleaning your house, separating all the thing from organic, non-organic, and then non-organic, you separate it again, you know, plastic, metal, cardboard, and so on. And then every once a month, they bring to building in Bali, we call it Balai Banjar, and then each of this separation has a value. Yeah, this is also incentive for them to separate, incentive for them to do the action by separating this. Yeah, and then they go home with rice. Why rice? Why barter? Why is not money? Because let me tell you a little bit about myself. When I was a kid, so what we do is I didn't grow up with money. I didn't grow up with money like now. What we do is barter. Yeah, we do barter. So it's really in Bali we call it tatwa masi. The receiver become a giver and the giver become a receiver. So if you ask me, what is the impacts that already done by you doing this? After 8 months to 1 year, where the villages that I do this, they already changed their behavior. It's clean. It's clean. Yeah. So people said it's hard to change people's behavior. I beg to differ. Yeah. We can only change the habit by doing. Repetition. One of my background is in martial art. I'm gonna be. My teacher said, if you want to remember a move, you need to repeat the move 100 times, just to remember the move. To get it in your muscle memory, you need to repeat it 1,000 times. To become a embodiment or become your second nature 10,000 times. People ask me, Pak Janur, that's a lot of repetition. Well, let's do the math. If you just pick up garbage and separating them 5 times a day, 3 times a day, just a little bit lazy here, yeah? 3 times. So that's 90 times in 1 month. Yeah, in 1 year, you do the math, say like a 100 times in one month. So in 1 year, you pick up or practicing this new habit for 1,200 times. Got it in your muscle memory. That's what I'm doing in plastic exchange.
That's wonderful, Janur. It's really exciting to hear that initiative. When you say muscle memory, you're talking about learning through doing until it becomes like an automatic behavior. So I understand that, you know, in Indonesia or in Bali, like some people are don't understand why people don't automatically just pick up their own rubbish. Why is this something that needs to be taught when Balinese people have such a reverence for nature? And
Well,
so what's been your learning through that process?
It is like this, you know, your question is like this. Oh, I heard this a lot. Oh, a long time ago, Balinese has a banana leaf in their hand. They're not using plastic, and then they throw it. It's fine. For me, it's not fine. You know, the move, the one that need to change. You know, it doesn't really matter what you put in your hand, because you do it 10,000 times. That's what they become the habit. We need to change this. Yeah, it doesn't really matter plastic or organic or something like that, because the move that's been 10,000 times is become your nature. You didn't even know you're doing it. So this is what I'm after, to change the muscle memory, and we can do this by repetition.
So tell me, Janur, this is a project that's been going on for about a year and a half. Is that right?
Yeah.
Since the beginning of the pandemic. So,
Yeah.
so what was the inspiration that made you want to start this movement?
So, you know, beside I have a lot of different background. I was still is, I'm a somatic coach. I'm a permaculturist. I also own a restaurant and all of that. So it's really just culmination of a lot of this different background. And really, COVID is almost like this, what you call that, blah, blah in disguise. What is the word? I mean, something that happened so bad.
Blessing in disguise.
Thank you,
Blessing?
Kana.
Thank you, Kana.
I'm just testing you, Kana. No, I almost forgot. So yeah, blessing in disguise. So really, one of the principle in permaculture is that inside of the challenge, there is solution. Yeah, inside of the challenge, there's solution. What do I see? The first one, just immediately, it was economy, because everything shut down. People need food. People need help. Yeah. What is the primary need for people? Eating. In Bali, we need rice. Maybe in different place need a pasta or potato, you know. But in Bali, I'm talking here, we need rice. We eat rice, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's the first one. The second one, what I saw is the environment. Yeah, Kana, you working in this like really precious place, you know. Garbage, plastic is everywhere, not just Bali, but all over the world. Yeah. And then third one is a dignity or a morale. Yeah. So it's go like this. When there is a disaster, people bring what they call it disaster relief. Yeah. One hand on the bottom, one hand on the top. So I really want to bring this hand together. In Bali, we call it tatwa masi. Yeah. Let me say this also. It's nothing wrong about people giving. It's nothing wrong about people receiving. But there is unintended consequences that we are not aware of. People waiting, people not doing anything. Yeah. So really, the tatwa masi is you as me. If I take care of you, that means I take care of myself. In a plastic exchange, is the receiver become a giver and the giver become a receiver. So that's really the inspiration. Is like, wow, this is the moment. Yeah, this is the moment now that we can do this. The core or the Trihita Karana: dignity, prosperity, environments. When I start this, really, I started from my village. I wasn't sure it's going to work or not. I just go to my village and I said, hey, I have this idea. You know, I want to help the village, but if you bring a plastic, I will give you rice. And in 5 days, I collected 500 kilograms of plastic, half ton of plastic. My village is not big. And I was happy and I was sad at the same time. I'm happy because, wow, it works, you know? And I said like, wow, in my small village, this much plastic. What about the bigger village? What about Bali? What about the Indonesia? What about the world? And also, if it worked in my village, got to work in a different village. So that's when I start bringing it to Ubud, because I live in Ubud. I have my businesses in Ubud. And also just Ubud is, people know where Ubud is. You know, if you Google my village, not even show up in a Google map. So does that answer your question, Brett?
Yeah, thank you. So when you collect when the plastic gets collected, what happens to the plastic then?
And then I work with local aggregators, which is the big recycler that collect this plastic and from the village, and then they send it to Java. Yeah, they somebody from Java, the plastic plantation in Java buy it from us. Yeah, and got recycled in a proper way. Why going to Java? Because we don't have the processing plant yet in Bali. So I'm working on making this, especially for the single-use plastic, that we can separate this into oil and carbon.
So when you started this process, and I think this is for anyone who's starting a social movement, they have an idea, they'd like to do something, and then you started with your home, and then you started with your village, and you saw that, and that was kind of like your proof of concept, which was, you know, there is a problem here, and people responded when you offered the exchange of rice and for plastic for rice. And then how did you then go and take this idea to another community?
So, and then I was so lucky because I have a restaurant called Moksa Ubud, or Moksa plant-based restaurant in Sayan, and I talk about my idea to everybody that come to that restaurant. I mean, almost like hey, how you doing? I have this idea, you know, and then people just like, wow, Janur, have you done this for a long time? No, only last month. Like, wow, you seems like you been doing it for years, you know. I think just when it's come from your heart, you just like, you know, you become like a preacher, you know, become like, oh my God, now here's Janur comes, gonna talk about plastic, you know. And I, and I was so lucky. I met people, I met Matt from Boston. I met a lot of people that really care about the environment and really putting a foundation under this idea. So, and then we create the mission, yeah, to empower community to prosper through a barter system by bringing unorganic, we barter it with sustenance for cleaner and healthier environment. That's our mission, is to educate, to empower a community. And then we put the foundation. What is the core value? The Trihita Karana. We have this in Bali. Yeah, there is so many philosophy around the world. How can we make this philosophy become a pragmatic? Yeah, not just become the Hallmark card that you send it every Valentine or at the end of the year. It's great, it's good to read, but how do we do this? Yeah, so Trihita Karana, and then we have a guiding principle. The first one need to be led by that community. I'm not go there and lead this. I'm proud to say that we collected 600 tons of plastic. I'm not picking single one of them. Why do I proud? Because they pick it and they change their behavior. Yeah. Secondly, need to be KISS, K-I-S-S. Keep it simple and sweet. Do not make it complicated. Yeah. The third one is inward, outward. They ask me, where do I start cleaning? Go home, start cleaning from your house, and then go out to your driveway, to your Banjar, to your village, to the river, to the ocean, but start from the house. Yeah, if you want to change the world, change yourself. If you want to clean the world, clean your house. Yeah, and then the fourth one is accountability. Yeah, money in, money out, because we need a donation for rice, because the plastic that we sell is not enough to fund it yet. I'm also going to say yet for now, because there is way we're going to be self-sustained here. Yeah, because there is a plastic credit, because people care about this. Yeah, so led by community, case, inward, outward, accountability. And let me say this one more thing, Brad. If I go to the place where the plastic action happening, I go down the road, nobody know me. And I'm proud of that. But they know who the one that organizing in that Banjar. That's what I want. Because this kind of a leadership that we need to cultivating.
I think that's such a powerful point, Janur, that you're really creating ambassadors and heroes in each community that are leading those programs. And so what qualities do you look for in a person to find that leader who's going to take the idea and not just talk about it, not just do it for status, but really do it because it comes from their heart?
So there is, I always said to the community wanted, and I said, bring me the crazy people in this village. if there is no crazy people in this village, it doesn't work, I said. And Kana, you're like, yeah, the F crazy people. That's who we are here. You know, why do we here not spending time? Because we all crazy. You know, there's better thing to do out there, but we need the crazy people. So I always said to the people like this, there's 3 group of people in a village. Yeah, I'm just simplifying it here. The one that the crazy one, the one that really care about their village, they want to clean it, but they don't know how. Yeah, sometimes they create a group of people and then pick up a plastic. And what is the next thing? People throw the plastic because this group of people are going to come and pick up for me. Yeah. The second one is the people that already pick up, already separating the plastic, but there's no system. Where should I bring this plastic? What should I do with it now? Yeah. And the third one is the people that they're doing it because there is a reward. It's okay. Yeah. So the first one is the one going to organize this because they want to do it. I don't want to get paid. I'll buy coffee, food for the friend that come here. And it's so festive. Brett, if you can come and see this, it's so freaking festive. That's what I say. Yeah. And then the second one, wow, there's a system. Oh, I get rice too. Oh, that's great, you know. And then the third one is like, wow, we got rice and I will change this. And then what happened is they start noticing there is plastic. They start noticing with their eye there is plastic. Yeah.
That's fascinating. So you're saying that people don't see it.
Don't see it because it's normal. Whatever is normal, you're not seeing it. Same thing like if I go to the temple, you know, it's normal. But when I bring you to the bread with me, like, oh, what is that ornament over there? Oh, I didn't even notice that, you know. So we're not noticing it because it's normal. So I'm now making what is normal is not normal. Yeah.
So before we go to Q&A, I just wanted to ask you one more question, and that's around making this project sustainable. So you said that at the moment, the costs of the providing the rice in exchange for plastic isn't covered by the cost of transport and recycling. So, but you're measuring all of the plastic that you're collecting, right? You're weighing it so you know precisely how much plastic you're taking out of the environment. Now, are there people or organizations out there that are interested in buying that result? Can you sell that impact?
Yes. So that is called a plastic credit. It's just like a carbon credit. It's an upcoming thing. And then here's the other thing, you know, what is sustain actually? I mean, sustainable is for me, it's a big word. You know, it's really big word. What is enlightenment? You know, sustainable is like this, you know, like, well, it's not sustained. Let's just not do it. It's cost money. Let's just not do it. You know, I can say this, the landfill and what I'm doing, I can say this is much cheaper to do this than to maintain the landfill, you know, not just for the environment, you know, the cost wise, I mean, go on. And then every dollars that you spend, gonna buy 1 kilogram of rice, feed 4 people in one day, husband, wife, 2 kids, and collect 4 kilograms of plastic. So your $1 is win 3 times. You know, I mean, I challenge everybody about sustainability. What is it? I mean, for the lack of my knowledge, is sometimes we look at dollar as sustainability. You know, if it's not dollar to dollar, let's don't do it. Let's just live with plastic then, and then let's our next generation clean it. Gonna cost them, that doesn't cost us.
So I just want to open up the floor. If anyone else on the call would like to ask Janur any questions, you're welcome to.
Yeah, Janur, I just had a quick, sorry, Kanali, I saw you put your hand up just as I spoke. I just would like you to kindly repeat that statistic that you were saying in terms of the how much cheaper it is, like how much more economic sense it makes to be using this program and this strategy with plastic collection compared to going to landfill. You offered a magnitude of 4 or something. Could you just repeat that?
So every $1 that you spend, gonna buy 1 kilogram of rice. Feed 4 people in one day. Yeah, husband, wife, 2 kids, and then that money can collect 4 kilograms of plastic at least. Yeah, because of 4 and then 6 and then 7 or something like that. Yeah. So I claim this like cheaper to do this than landfill. I don't have the exact number, but again, you know, when you believe it, it will make happen. But what I'm saying is really, you know, this money that you spend is spent for the environment, for the people, and for the dignity of the people.
Thank you. Thank you for your question, Mark. Kana?
Thank you, Janur, and thank you, Brett. I love your passion, brother. I'm so grateful for what you do. Perhaps one point in a question in support of what you just shared in regards to, in terms of perhaps being one-sided. Also look for the regenerative essence and the regenerative value. So, you know, it'd be fascinating to measure the health value, like the plastic that you're saving from landfill is actually adding to the sustainability and the regeneration of people's health in the long term. Okay. And so sustainability and there's so many other factors, as you mentioned. The sustainability and regeneration has so many different facets that is so important to stand up for in terms of its value. So thank you for doing that. And also one question is, I mean, I can sense your passion for the environment and the community and the confluence of different factors. It's likely that you're passionate about other gaps that you find is necessary in Indonesia. I'd love to hear more of those insights, and or perhaps additional projects that you'd like to work on, or if you'd like to just focus on growing on plastic exchange.
Well, plastic exchange is just the beginning. Yeah, now the community is like get excited. You know, one thing that I add on top of this, we also do a blood drive. So because we need blood, you know, I heard a lot of time on social media, somebody got an accident, we need blood A, blood O, or whatever, you know, and we don't have it. Can everybody come to the hospital and this, you know? And I organize plastic exchange. People can give where is the camera? People can give bloods. And then I also ask them to cook a food that's so specific for that region. Yeah, in Bali, you know, I mean, the whole Indonesia, we have a different, but even in Bali, in a small region, we have a specific food that can exist in that village. So we clean your village, we suck your blood, and we feed you. So it's complete package.
Thank you. I can see, Angie, you've got your hand up. Did you want to share something or ask a question?
Yeah, thank you. I was just writing a message, but I'll just say similar to what Kana, I hope I've said that right, has said. Have you, Janur, seen other positive impacts on the community, such as I don't know, wellness, you know, better mental health, or increased interest in like climate information or action, and, you know, other benefits that weren't your primary goal?
Yes, you know, that's kind of, for me, it's like if we clean the plastic and everything will follow. Yeah, so it's keep it simple in a way, you know. And I'm now starting talking to the village where we're doing this for 6 months, and then they're ready to hear something like, hey, by doing this, you're actually helping with the climate change. By doing this, that you've been doing this, yes, health and all of that. Again, you know, just by doing this, the soil get fertile, yeah, the health, the air, the water get cleaner. It is by simple act that all of those things follow. And here's the other thing too, Angie, you know, a lot of people ask me, Janur, how can I help you? My question to you is, what do you good at? Yeah, that you can support me. Oh, I'm good at organizing people and bring an expert about talking about this. Yes. Oh, I'm good at organizing people to fundraising. Yes. So I have 1 million followers on my Instagram. Help me with that. Support me with that. So do what you're good at. So I believe like this. Everybody has a fire. Kana, Chris, Christian, Jerome, Adrian, everybody who's here has a fire. Yeah, Jerome, I know you do so passionate about water. Yeah, so you have your own fire. Let's join this fire together, become a bigger fire. I have access to the community. I love to empower the community. Let's join hands. Yeah, you know, if you ask me to do this, or because you have access to the, you do this, like, I don't have a fire for everything. Yeah. So let's join our fire. The only way we can move forward is by collaboration.
Well, thank you so much, Janur, for joining us for this this call. And you're absolutely right. Collaboration is fundamental and key. Just before we conclude, I know that you've been nominated as a CNN Local Hero of the Year. I wonder if you could just share very quickly how we on this call can support you in that nomination, and the possibility that you could actually win that. How can we support you?
So vote, vote, vote every day until December 7. If you have 10 email, use your 10 email to vote. Log in, log out, vote. Log in, log out, vote, vote, vote. Yeah. So if we win this, yeah, I said we because me just the representation, but we, the people who's doing it here, especially in Bali, we will win we will win $100,000 US dollars. Yeah, every dollars times 4. So 100,000 times 4, that's 400,000 kilograms of plastic that we are saving from the earth. Feed that many people. So vote, vote, vote.
That's wonderful. Thanks so much, Janur.